just wanted to do a little video. I'm going to go through every movement that we have the crossover symmetries. Some of you have not got a chance to be in class when we went over this as the group. So I wanted to do a quick video of how to use this thing. So first I have a chart here by each of these that tells you what you're doing. You'll notice a little H or L by each one. That means I'm using a high resistant cable or a low resistant cable. And we have two options. You have the novice, which I would recommend doing when you first start off. I did for about a month. That's going to be, you're going to be using the yellow and the green, okay? If you're they call it athletic, you'll be using the purple and the red. That's what I'm going to be using for today. So you'll just go, the H is the high. So if you're using red and purple, you'll be using a red for high. First one is called the row. Each one of these, whenever you do any of these movements, they're always crossed, okay? So each of these will be crossed. So this first one, I'm going to do 2 reps of the row. You're just going to stand up, brace the core tight, pull the elbows straight back, pinch the shoulders back, hold for 1, 2, and then back to the start. And you'll go 8 reps, 1, 2, and then back to the start. The recovery program is the exact same movements, we're just doing negatives. So I'll show you one of the recovery. You would pull back, and then slowly, as a 6 count, go back to the start. So that's the first one, that's called the row. The next one is the reverse fly. That's going to be done with the low resistance. So this would be the purple. The starting position is arms straight, cables always crossed, thumbs facing up. You're going to keep your arms shoulder height, pull straight back, hold 1, 2, and then recover. So that's for the activation. For the recovery, it would look like this. Hold, and then slowly, as a 6 count, go back to the start. So that's the reverse fly. Next, we have the pull down. This is done with the high resistance, so we're going to switch it back to the red. Always cross, knuckles going to be facing up. Now with this one, I want a little lean forward at the hips. I'm going to start with my arms straight. Pull the cables past the hips, and then I'm going to pinch my shoulder blades back. And then come back to the start. There's no requirement for the 2-second hold. You just want a good contraction at the back, and then return. For the recovery, it would look like this. Pull past, and then slowly return to the start position. So that's the first series of the eye level, and next it takes you down to knee level. You just unhook the whole system and take them both to knee level. It's really quick. So then I look up here, I see there's an L, so I know I'm using the low, so I'm going to grab the purples. Same thing, you're going to always cross. This is called the 90-90. So with this one, arms straight, knuckles facing up. You're going to pull the elbows up to shoulder height. Hands come up. Hold 1, 2, and then you reverse that. Hands down, arms down. For the recovery series, it'll look like this. Elbows up, hands up, and then a slow negative down to this position. And then you're not going to fully recover. You're going to go back up, slowly down, back to this position. So that's the 90-90. The next one is the Scaption. This one's also with the low. With this, this is the first one that you'll be facing away from the bands. You want to step forward enough that you just feel a slight bit of tension with the hands past your hips. Okay? And the knuckles are facing straight forward. Arms stay straight with this one. You're just going to raise the arms straight up to eye level and then back down. Now, as I've seen people do this is one of the common mistakes, is you'll come either hands too close or hands out in a T. They stay just like a V shape, shoulder height, right in this area. This is what it should look like. And then when you recover, hands past the hip. There's no requirement for a 2-second hold on this one either. So it's just up and back, up and back. For the recovery, it would look something like this. Up, slowly, lower down past the hips. So that's the recovery for the Scaption. The incline plus, this is everybody's favorite. It's going to be done with the high resistance. And this one took me a little bit of time to kind of get used to. So you'll start with getting them crossed, and you'll roll up like you're about to do a bench press. So you notice the straps are on top of my arms, and it helps to kind of take a little lunge forward for the balance of it, all right? From here, all I'm gonna do, brace the core tight. I'm gonna press the arms straight out, press my shoulders forward, and then I'm gonna do 3 reps of shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, and then recover. So I'll do 1 more of those. Press out. 1, 2, 3, and then recover. When you do this one, you want to keep your hands about shoulder distance apart. Some of the common mistakes are people will press their arms together and try, or they'll go too wide. So you just want it right about shoulder distance, maybe just slightly wider, and that allows you to really contract, relax the shoulders. For the recovery of this one, there is no back and forth. You're just going to press the shoulders all the way forward and then slowly let the arms come back to the start position. All right, so that's the incline plus. After the incline plus, we're there, so they call this last one the victory. This is done with the low resistance. You'll be facing the wall again. Start with the arms straight with just a slight resistance in the band, knuckles facing up, and you're going to pull your arms straight up into a V. For the activation, you're going to hold 1, 2, and then back to the start. I'll do 1 more of those reps. 1, 2, and then back to the start. For the recovery, it would look like this. Hold, and then slowly back down to the start position. After you're done with that, you've completed either the activation or the recovery, and you guys are good to go.